everyone, we're back. I'm your host, Audrey. Welcome back to the Tech Group podcast. It's been a while. So, today we have a very insightful guest. His name is Jeremiah. He's going to introduce himself, but I'm just going to give you how I know him. So, I know Jeremiah as a guy who's been in the tech industry for almost 10 years. Maybe over 10 years.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm underselling, but yeah, he's been in the industry for over 10 years, dealing with fintech, automation, implementation, and Govtech. Yes, so I'll give you a chance to introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Audrey. Thank you very much for having me on set today.
Yeah.
As you did mention, my name is Jeremiah Odiwour, Panaito. Currently, I'm at Pesaflow. I lead the technical writing team. But over the years, I have worked largely in implementation. As an implementation analyst, I grew up to be a senior implementation analyst. Over that period of time, I was fortunate to work closely with government, especially several MDAs in their automation processes.
Yeah.
So I can confidently say that over those years, there is some experience I have gained in relation to Govtech. And I think right now it is one space which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Okay. So you've mentioned Govtech, and that's what we are going to talk about today.
Yes.
We're going to talk about, because I feel like there's not enough conversations being had around e-governance and how governments in Africa and across the world, but generally in Africa, what they're doing to bring their services closer to the people and what they're doing in terms of automation and all that.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yes.
You know, the interesting bit about government technology or Govtech is that these are primarily technologies that are geared towards government centric systems or services.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about what government offers to their citizens, then that will form around Govtech. Now, there is always conversation around digital public infrastructure, the DPIs. So this entails things to do with education sector, technology in the education sector. You can talk of technology in the health sector, technology in registries. So it is a wide place. But the reason why that conversation is always not there is it's really hard to get into government. You know, like, for example, if you take, for example, a country like Kenya, every 5 years, it's a cycle of leadership, political leadership. Now, government technology rides largely on policy development, political goodwill, and those are the driving factors for government technology. So most private sector companies will not get into Govtech because gaining traction in it is a bit hard. It's a bit hard for most of them. And so you realize they shy away from that and then go for the easy one, fintech. Yes.
Are you saying fintech is the easy way out? Are they?
Not really in terms of easy way, but there's a bit of freedom in fintech.
It's less complicated.
It's less complicated. You can develop your product. You can go out into the market. You can be able to sell it. You can be able to get, whether it is government to buy into it or whether it is private sector, you can always get a return on your investment for fintech. But for Govtech, it's a bit complicated because there are so many moving parts to it.
True.
Yes.
So let's talk about automation. You said for the better part of your career, you've been an implementation analyst.
Yes.
Yes. So when it comes to Govtech and eGov, where do most systems fall short? What is it that people are supposed to do, governments are supposed to do?
I will start by saying that there's something for us to, probably for the viewers, for us to understand. We have e-government. And I think part of our conversation is also on granularity of that.
Yes.
Where we are looking at, for most of government systems, at the onset, what we termed as automation or eGov was taking our PDF forms, our application forms, and then having them in a format that somebody can access them online.
Yes.
They can go there, they download, and then just sign and upload. Now, for a long time, that is what we thought is eGov.
Yes.
But then there's something that is interesting, that beyond just that, where you have forms that are downloadable and you can sign and upload, that ideally is not e-government. E-government entails the ability of systems to be able to detect who you are, to be able to go with you through the process of the application of what you are doing, and then ultimately you get that service. So back to your question on what I have seen or experienced with eGov over these years and automation, is that we still are in a space where, though we have made strides in developing these systems to be able to enable citizens to gain services, there's still a bit of friction. And I'll give you example with some systems, for example, in our country here, where you will log into the system will know it is Audrey who has logged in. The system already knows what your age is, knows your gender, and at that point, you then seek for a service, which probably there's a form that you are filling in, so other details that you get in. And then, as usual, there's a payment checkout.
Yes.
But then, other than getting the output, you have to wait 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Or you have to walk into another office, for example, to take biometrics. Or to take some photograph. Now, that is, to me, I think that is the missing link. That as we automate, there are certain processes that we have failed to move beyond their manual processes. And to me, I think that is still the missing link in automation of government services. Because there's already technology that can support some of these things. Maybe we could say technology could be moving faster than the policy. I don't know. But that is probably for the viewers to figure out.
How do governments or policymakers and even these tech companies that are doing systems for government make more citizen-centric systems and more, again, granular? Yes.
As we were talking about eGov, from where we came from, you realize that there was little that could be done, even with that data.
Yes.
When you have PDFs that are just uploaded into a system and then they are processed, there's little that you can do with that kind of data.
Yes.
And so that is where granular aspect of governance comes in. And how does that play along? So you start with the point of identification. You can really tell that this is Audrey, this is Jeremiah, this is X, this is Y, and all that. So at the point of registration, or at the point where citizens start the access of government services, there's need for proper identification. So here you have data like age, name, sex, region where they stay, those kind of things.
Yes.
And that is quite important because as we move into the future, I think maybe we'll be able to talk about that. You'll realize that we'll then come to a place where we are moving again from eGov to iGov, intelligent government.
Yes.
So for us to be prepared for that, we have to ensure that our systems are able to capture data that then will help us to scale our systems.
Yeah.
And in the aspect of granularity, you realize that the more you know your customer better, it becomes easy for you to serve them.
Yeah.
Because you could tailor-make services for regions, for example. You can tailor-make services for specific age set or categories of individuals. It is easy for you to target a specific demographic within the ecosystem of government services. So that, I think, is the essence of granularity. But also beyond that is that we are moving into an age where data is very important.
Yes.
And for that data to be useful, one of the things is that you have to expand your data points. If initially you are just having Jeremiah coming into the system and uploading a form, there are little data points there because it's just probably access and submission, and then that's end of it. But when you expand it, then you realize that you are not just talking of just one data point. You're talking of all these several data points, then that you can leverage for you to be able to offer services quite better. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking of how, like you said, that making systems for different regions such that it's not just one system fitting different counties, because we are dealing with different people. Yeah, so it's basically making systems that are for the citizens, not making systems then telling citizens, you guys, itabidi melani system. If you don't, you have to. Anyway, so moving on, what is the biggest gap when it comes to strategy? We can strategize all day. We can sit down, have conferences, talk about what we can do, moving from eGov to iGov, like you've said. But what is the gap between now strategy and implementation?
That's quite interesting because when strategies are developed, there's a lot of assumptions. For example, there's the assumption that we will always have 100% uptime.
Okay.
That's a big assumption.
Yes.
That the servers will always have capacity.
Yeah.
These are assumptions. We assume that once we have gone live, the API handshakes will be efficient. Now, these are all assumptions that we make when doing our strategies.
Yes.
And so the gap that I have experienced or that I have seen over the years is that there's a bit of mismatch between strategy, which is the expectation, either from the government or the donor or whoever is funding that project, and the actual implementation of processes.
Yeah.
I'll give you, for example, let's take, for example, if we were to implement KRA system, revenue system for Kenya. If we are to implement it, there will be the assumption that this system should be having an uptime of 99%.
Yes.
But then the reality is that at the point of implementation, when this system now is subjected to run, it may not achieve 99% uptime.
Yes.
But leave alone that, there's always the aspect of surge in access. For example, deadline imefika, ni midnight na sasa kila mtu ndiye anataka kufile returns.
Yes. We know ourselves. Yes.
So that is the mismatch. Sometimes as we strategize, we also do not involve the actual users of the systems. And so there tends to be a gap. What the donor is funding to be achieved versus what is possible to achieve given the resources that are there. So that, I think, is one of the gaps that are there. But then also in implementation, one of the things that we then are able to face is that when you now go to implement, then you meet the realities on the ground.
Yes.
Na in Kenya they say kwa grao vitu ni different.
Yeah.
So part of the things is that and this is always overlooked, the adoption rate. So we sit in boardrooms, we design, we want to, for example, we want to when government said they want to have all government services on e-citizen portal.
Yes. Yeah.
But then when you go to implement it, then there's that friction.
Yes.
There's a disconnect between the government policy, actual users, and even probably maybe the government ministries and departments that are there.
Yeah.
So that becomes the disconnect when strategy does not meet with implementation, and there are a lot of assumptions that are always in between with such of Govtech systems. Yeah.
So what can we do better to fix those gaps, or what has been done?
Yes. So because this is the reality, and I think coming from a space where we have worked closely with the government over the years, we've realized that as part of strategy, you have to ensure that you involve your stakeholders. So stakeholder involvement plays a critical role.
Yeah.
And stakeholders here is quite varied. We have policymakers who are stakeholders.
Yeah.
We have end users who are citizens. Then you also have other government ministries or private sector players who then use that system. So when you are able to map out all these stakeholders, then you bring them on board at the inception stage as you strategize, then that gives you the ability to have seamless movement into Govtech. Yes, and it achieves better rates for adoption. It also helps to allay the fears that are always there. With every system automation, you realize that there's always that fear. Systems zinaenda kutufanya tukose kazi,
Yes.
will be redundant and all that. So this allays all those fears, and it puts the organization or the ministry or even the government in a better place to be able to scale up their offerings. Yes.
So you've talked about adoption, and this is just, it's not, I'm just asking. You see, like you said, fintech, you can create a product and then go look for your customers and get return on investment. And the adoption of your solution is not really mandatory.
Yes.
But with Govtech, isn't it? Should the adoption be faster? Because now, again, this is government of the people and the solution is for the citizens. Isn't it? Shouldn't adoption be faster because the citizens have no choice? Just saying.
Let me go back to the part I said, assumption.
Yes.
Now, that is also an assumption.
Yes, because it's not, it's not a fact.
We have, even within government, you talk of elephant projects and all that. One of the biggest, and I think I did mention this, is that Govtech heavily relies on policy.
Yes.
And policy is developed by government. And so when you have unstable governments, then you are not certain of that policy. So you can be developing a product based on a specific request by the current regime. And then that regime changes before full implementation. Then if some of these policies are not anchored in law, then the subsequent government can also come and say, this does not align with our agenda, with our vision.
So let's move on to, you're quite exposed when it comes to general tech in Africa and the direction you're going.
Yes.
And what does the future for Govtech in Africa look like?
I would say it looks bright. Now, although it still has challenges, over the years, I think from around 2013, 2014, the OAU, the Africa Union also has made some progress towards ensuring that there's development of technology, especially Govtech in Africa.
Yeah.
In 2014, I think there was the adoption of Smart Africa, which is basically a body that then deals with ensuring that there is proper adoption of government technology in these sectors. So for me, I think there is potential for growth in Africa because most of African companies have not fully exploited this. The space for government technology.
Yeah.
There are countries that are still manual, they still use manual systems. There are still countries that are on the first phase of eGov. They have just automated their PDFs.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think in Africa, there's still a bit of growth that will be there. We see governments trying to explore how to be able to get up to speed in government technology. Yeah. So it is a good space to be in. And I think even for those who could be watching, this is an area that is good to be able to be explored because there are about 54 countries, I think, in Africa. You didn't know that?
No, yes? I knew it.
No, but the reason I think that is that less than 10% of those countries in Africa have gone digital.
Yes.
What does that mean? That means that there's still enough room to be able to expand in government technology, that we can be able to move into Africa, to be able to explore these markets and be able to have meaningful impact on the societies. So for me, I think there's still room and space for tremendous growth in government technology.
Yeah, so there's the current buzzword for the past few years and the next coming years is AI.
I knew that would be coming somewhere.
We have to mention it somewhere because now, again, nasikia usipoingia utaachwa nyuma. Yeah. So where does AI fit in or come in when it comes to Govtech? What role can it play? Where can it be plugged?
Okay.
Yes.
Allow me to talk about a range of technologies that are important for us to probably have in our conversation as we talk about AI.
Yeah.
I'm not a specialist in AI, so I'll keep it simple. Okay. So a few things before we talk even about AI.
Yeah.
We need to talk about automation. So basically for our audience, automation basically means being able to have processes that run without human intervention.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have transformation. Now transformation is where now we develop systems that then are intelligent enough to not replicate what is manual. Okay. So we do away with manual processes, but then make them a bit efficient. Now, so when you talk of eGov seeks to do two things. One, it seeks to automate government processes to minimize human intervention as much as possible, but at the same time, transform the existing services.
Yes.
Now, that is what eGov seeks to do. So where does AI fall in? In the recent, like in the past year, there's we have AI agents. Now, agents are just trained. It's like trained tools to be able to do specific tasks.
Yes.
Now, these are going to be very important in eGov, where they can be able to be trained. But remember, there are other factors that play along, especially when you talk of eGov. We are talking of sovereignty, issue about who owns this specific data. For example, for your citizens, 54 million Kenyans, who owns that? And how can you then safeguard that? So that comes to play along before we even talk of how AI is going to implement it to affect it. So
the security aspect.
Yes, the sovereignty comes in. There's the issue of data security.
Yes.
Now that you are going to train agents, you are going to expose certain data to AI tools and all that, then how secure are they? Those are some of the conversations that come in. But to me, I look at it differently. There's a place that AI then can be able to role that it can play. For example, in Kenya, you have the eCitizen portal.
Yes.
Now, it is possible for you to then explore the use of AI to help the system to be intelligent enough. From the data that is generated every day, whether it is in payment, whether it's in application numbers, whether it is in service provision, whether it is in the outputs that are there, you can then be able to look at that data, and then you can then foretell, I'm likely to have a spike in applications over this period of time. I can be able to make these adjustments beforehand so that at the end of the day, you are able to have seamless access to government services. Yes. So there's a place for AI, but it is a wider conversation.
Okay.
Yes. That's all I can say.
And answered. Okay. So one last question. What is one Govtech project in Africa that you admire?
Can I say two?
Okay.
So I'll give one example in Kenya, and probably another one which is not in Kenya. So over the past 1 year, we've had quite an improvement, and I want to single out the NTSA system. Now, it is one project that you see Govtech working, especially when there's a convergence of correct policy frameworks. You have support of the ministry or the government. Then you also have a reliable private sector partner. When you have this all coming in together, then you have a system that then is not just robust, but also intelligent enough. What I like about it is that NTSA system is moving to a place where it is becoming more intelligent. Now, with the single sign-on, you are then, an individual is linked to their vehicle.
Yes.
And is linked to their driving license. So there's a whole lot of things here. You don't need to make an application. You don't need to constantly go into the system to check if your vehicle is up to date in terms of inspection. You just get a notification. Then you proceed and all that. For you to do a transfer, this has become more easy. And it is one project that I like about that. Then outside of Kenya, I will say there's a project that was done among 3 countries. It is between Benin, Ghana, and Rwanda. So it is a data exchange project. So it is called SMADEX. SMADEX is between Benin, Ghana, and Rwanda.
Yes.
Now, what does this project entail? So SMADEX, they developed specific parameters for data exchange. It is largely a data exchange project. Where, for example, academic credentials, you don't need to move from one country to another to be able to share those. So the data resides in your original country, but then there is ability to be able to share that. There's an easy way to be able to verify. Those 3 countries, you don't need to get an extra identification document based to the other country. So based on your original your host country identification, they can be able to then utilize it in the other one. And that's
very interesting.
Yes. And the reason I like that is that it's a project that gives us an insight on the capabilities on what Govtech can do, especially at large scale. Such that in African countries, it then becomes seamless for you to move
from one country
to another.
Work in different countries.
Yes, without much challenges. Yes.
Yes. I didn't know about that. I need to read more on it.
Yes, you can read about it. It's SMADEX. It's standards that have been developed between I think it is Smart Africa and some other company, which then enables seamless exchange of data, with academic data, identification data, or business data. Yes.
So it makes it easy for someone to have even chain of stores in 3 different countries.
Yes. So that is what it does, and that is one of in Africa that I love most.
So guys, we are moving on to our next segment, which is a small game we play. So I don't know what Ida has for us today, but she'll tell us. And then we usually have a winner and a loser. A winner and a participator. Anyway. So Ida, what do you have for us?
Okay.
Okay, so I have general questions about the continent.
Hey.
Yeah. It's easy. So we will do it the same way we did mine. We won't necessarily be picking who's answering what. If you know the answer, you answer. And then you get a point.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Yes.
You've done that.
I was wondering.
This one is an easy one. What is the largest continent by land area?
Asia. Oh,
yeah. Asia.
Okay.
It's by land area, not by people.
No, by land area.
Yeah, major. Sorry.
But that's not Africa. Okay.
People.
Amesema continent. She didn't say which continent. No, she didn't say which continent.
No.
You see, assumptions.
And next one. What is the longest river in the world?
Amazon.
No.
Longest river.
Sharon was the answer.
Nile.
Oh, River Nile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sharon, you say that you sit here, you get out.
Okay.
You ready now?
Nine. Okay. Senior Implementation sasa. Okay.
No, alisema continent tukafikiria Africa.
Africa.
Anyway,
So yeah.
go.
So start afresh.
All over the world.
We can
Alright.
start afresh and I have a point.
Atakata hizo zingine. Okay.
What is
Yes.
the most spoken language in the world by native speakers?
Mandarin. That I know because of now Asia. There are many people.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the most celebrated holiday worldwide?
What's celebrated?
So Christmas?
Celebrated holiday.
New Year.
Yes.
It's a holiday, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which continent has the most countries?
That should
Africa.
be Africa.
Hey,
Yes.
that's a smart guy.
Yeah, that's
Quick
Africa.
mark, yeah, that's Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The largest mammal on earth.
Well.
That should be a whale. Oh, I should just be saying
Yes.
okay.
Yes. But anyway, it's
Yes.
like the first two questions don't count due to me.
Metal.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the first person to walk on the moon?
What's the name of this
Armstrong.
guy? Yes.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong.
Hey guys.
Unatuliza maswali tunajua. Who did you want to embarrass? Who? You want to embarrass Jeremiah?
You're having
Clearly, we are very smart. Even Ida couldn't figure out questions to ask people because now, yeah. But since I'm a generous host, I'll say our guest is the winner. Staki niseme I dominated, aseme hata irudi kwa hii podcast. But yeah, anyway.
Inakwanga tu hivyo watu wanajitetea. So they speak first to say you are the
Anyway, thank
in
you.
our language they say that you are giving the case weakness.
Oh.
Yeah, someone will translate that for you.
Okay. So, anyway, thank you so much for coming. And it was a lovely episode. And I think we can talk more on it. So we'll definitely... But to watch out.
Thank you. I'll be glad to come back.
So, thank you very much. Anyway, guys, bye.
Bye.
Follow us on all platforms. And of course, Instagram, the Spotify. You subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah.